if somebody comes in with chronic, meaning a long period of experiencing muscle and joint pain, okay? Now, if you experience muscle and joint pain over a long period of time that doesn't go away, most doctors will probably say you have arthritis, okay? All right. Now, when they tell you you have arthritis, they're going to give you the treatment or drugs that come for a patient who has arthritis. Now, if your real issue is that you have a parasite, you will be taking drugs to address a problem that is not the actual problem. In the case of arthritis, when the real problem is parasites. Same case and scenario that I experienced with working with someone one-on-one. They had a very bad case of anemia. Now, it didn't start off bad, but it got progressively worse over time. So it started off with an over-the-counter supplement, then it went to injections, and then from there it went to transfusion, blood transfusions. And there were cases where this person was literally passing out. They were having many issues, okay? Not just as a result of the anemia, but also what the anemia was leading to as well too. Well, finally they were referred to me. And as I'm going through this 50, list of 50 questions that I'm asking them, more and more I hear that none of the therapies or treatments worked. The more and more it started to sound like this was a parasite. And as a result, we get them on a parasite therapy, get them on my detox, the Parasite Candida cleanse. And as they're going through the actual detox, you start to notice that the symptoms, all the symptoms of pernicious anemia start to go away. All right. And they also notice that some of the symptoms of having a parasite go away, but also some of the symptoms of eliminating parasites come into the forefront as well too. So it's just really important to understand, and we'll go through what type of signs and symptoms do parasites lead to, because again, a lot of these things that I'm going to mention to you, there are so many different treatments that you can go into the urgent care, the emergency room, your doctor, and they will give you a treatment for it, but it never addresses the issue, and you're trying to figure out why, and it could be that you have a parasite that you're not addressing. Now, you're probably asking, what is a parasite? Okay. Now, what's really important to understand before we get into that is this. All right. If we were to look at the human body on a cellular level, okay, and we were to look at the composition of the cells in the human body, most people don't know, but around 90% of the cells in the human body, by count, aren't even human cells. Most of them are pathogens. Most of them are viruses, bacteria, parasites, sometimes yeast, etc. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because we tend to think about the world in the sense of we are surrounded by bacteria and viruses and pathogens that we're trying to escape. Meanwhile, we're full of bacteria, viruses, and pathogens that we can't escape, okay, that we're literally made up of. But what's important to understand is when we internally get out of balance, okay, when it comes to our health, that is when the virus, the bacteria, the parasite can then wreak havoc, okay? Hugely important, all right? Now, before we get into what causes parasites, and also what parasites lead to in terms of like the conditions that you could be concerned about, take a look at this video. So this is one type of tapeworm parasite that was filmed actually during a patient's colonoscopy. Whoa. Now I know what you're thinking. This is not a parasite, this is a bear, but if you look very closely on the ground, you'll see this white rope-like substance dragging behind the bear. That is a tapeworm, okay? And these bears get these tapeworms that you see right here on the back of this bear. These bears get these tapeworms as a result of eating salmon, okay? The waters or rivers are infected with parasites. The salmon eat those, and as a result, the bear eats the salmon and they get parasites. And that tapeworm, which you see here, lodges into the gut, feeds off of the bear, okay? And so it's just really important to understand that a lot of the things that are being consumed today, even this little bear here, you can see the tapeworm coming out of it. It's trying to figure out, what is this behind me? All right, now that I've thoroughly disgusted you, let's jump into what are some of the potential causes of actual parasites, okay? One, contaminated meat, okay? As you saw in the videos before, the bear eating salmon, okay? So contaminated meat, but it's just not fish. I mean, it's many of the other meats as well too. I mean, we're well aware that salmonella happens with chicken, okay? So it's not just salmon, okay? So contaminated meat, all right? And that makes sense because you got to think about it. When something dies, okay, no matter if it's an animal, roadkill, or us, when we die, we decompose. And part of that decomposition process is bacteria, parasites, consume dead flesh, all right? Even if you had, somebody was having gangrene in their leg, that's exactly what gangrene is. Like, it's a breakdown, okay? And we can see people who get gangrene, if it gets really bad, like they could develop bugs in their legs. And I won't go into like detail about that, but I've seen it. And so it's just important to know that any form of meat, okay, dead animal flesh, can lead to parasites, okay? It just makes sense. Contaminated drinking water, or swimming in a river, as the case with the salmon that was infected by parasites in the river, okay, swimming in a river and drinking some of that water as well too. All right, this is why when you look at like the old school movies, you didn't just see people drinking from, the river. They would put the water from the river in a pot and cook it to try to get rid of some of the parasites. But what a lot of people don't know is that you may kill the parasite, but its potential larvae or eggs can survive certain heating temperatures. All right, so drinking water, contaminated drinking water. Also contaminated produce, okay? You know me, I'm a big proponent of eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. But the unfortunate thing is that in many cases, a lot of the farms, especially, farms that have livestock on the farms, a lot of times what happens is they're growing the produce, and a lot of the water runoff that is coming from, let's say, for instance, where the cows are, and that water is contaminated with the manure or feces of the cow, that water then ends up on the plants. And if you don't properly clean your fruits and vegetables, then you can get a parasite that way as well too. Unprotected sex. And I know you're probably thinking, wait, I can get parasites from unprotected sex? Yes, if your partner has parasites, you can exchange body fluids and give someone a parasite as well too. So that's another way. All right, we won't go down that rabbit hole. And another way that is very prevalent as well is from your pets, from cats. Okay, so with cats, you can get a parasite, known as toxoplasmosis, okay, which can be fatal. Okay, so I think a lot of people just don't consider, because, you see a lot of people, and I'm an animal lover, but you see a lot of people who sleep with their animals. The animals are on their couches, their animals are on them, they're kissing them, like, et cetera, et cetera. And that's a huge way that a lot of people get parasites as well too, from dogs as well too. Same case and scenario. And this is what I want you to do. If you look up one of the #1 causes of death for dogs, it's cancer, okay? And we're gonna dive a little bit, later about how parasites are now being seen as a potential cause for cancer and a potential treatment in terms of like focusing on parasites for cancer as well too. So hugely important. I'll put a study a little bit later when we talk about it from the NIH around that topic. But again, cats and dogs can give you parasites as well too, especially for people who have cats and dogs in their homes. allow those cats and dogs to lick them, kiss them, etc., one of the number one things you'll find is that when you take these cats and dogs to a veterinarian is that they get dewormers, okay? They're giving them dewormers because they have parasites, okay? So that's another huge way that a lot of people are getting parasites